Hi guys, my name is Majid, and in today's video I'm going to be doing a review of the brand new OnePlus 5. Now I picked this phone up because I was intrigued of the features and basically what the company is trying to do, which is disrupt the high-end smartphone market. I'm coming from a Samsung Galaxy S7, so I had a different perspective on it than most of the people that have been coming from a higher-end smartphone. So without further ado, I'm going to begin my review. If you like it, make sure to subscribe to the channel and let me know down below in the comments what you think of the phone and if you're going to get one or not. The newly released OnePlus 5 is the latest smartphone from a company that's on a mission to disrupt the high-end smartphone market. From a design aspect, it looks great. However, it's easy to see similarities from other phones within the market, such as the iPhone and a few others that you might recognize. It's constructed out of metal and protected by Gorilla Glass 5, which compared to Gorilla Glass 4 has improved shatter protection, and this works out really well because most often we drop the screen and it shatters. The screen is powered by a 5.5-inch 1080p 401 pixel per inch optic AMOLED display. Now, this is unique to OnePlus because they've taken the regular AMOLED technology and tweaked the vibrancy and the way that the colors appear to give them more of a pop, and that's basically what they're calling optic AMOLED display technology, and it is pretty good the way it works. Everything looks very nice and vibrant for sure. The OnePlus 5 comes in two variations, including a 6GB of RAM and 64GB of storage, and 8GB of RAM and 128GB of storage option. Both are powered by the Snapdragon 835 processor, and it's clear that this processor is extremely powerful, fast, and makes the device very responsive. Web pages and applications load amazingly fast, which makes using the phone very pleasant. Overall, the experience is very smooth, and alongside the Snapdragon 835 is the Adreno 540 GPU, which also performs really well in gaming situations. One of the reasons for this can also be attributed to the 1080p screen. Having a slightly lower resolution actually works in the phone's favor. That's because they're able to achieve higher performance in the graphics with less strain on the battery. So that's definitely positive if you're looking at it from a performance point of view. One of the great features that I liked was the way that the gestures are set up. It makes the phone really easy to use with one hand. Along with that, my favorite feature is the fingerprint scanner. It's extremely refined and recognizes your fingerprint instantly. The scanner is much better than the one I have on my Samsung Galaxy S7. So some awesome things to note. The phone comes with a pre-installed screen protector out of the box, so thank you to OnePlus for thinking of this and reducing our costs for protecting the phone. The other thing is dash charge. This basically allows your phone to get charged up really quickly using high voltage chargers and cables. So it comes out of the box with a 5-volt adapter that allows a maximum of 4 amps output to your device, and they use a high capacity cable as well that has the capability of delivering 4 amps. So it won't work with all your cables, and if you want to get one, you have to make sure the amperage is there, but definitely a super sweet feature to charge your phone quickly when you need it. So the OnePlus 5 is powered by Android Nougat, which is known as Oxygen OS, but this version of Android is very similar to the stock Android that you find on Google phones, but it offers a few more features that are always good. The more control you have, the better it is. On the front, the OnePlus 5 features a 16 megapixel camera with a 2.0 aperture, and this is capable of recording 1080p at 30 frames per second. But things get a little more interesting on the back. There's two cameras, both with Sony sensors that shoot in 16 and 20 megapixels. They have the capability of recording 4K video up to 30 frames per second, but as you can see, the stabilization is not the greatest, so the videos are kind of shaky. Now, the other recording mode it has is 1080p at 60 frames per second. Now, this is really good for someone who's recording any active events or someone who's moving in a faster pace. So it definitely works really well. And then you have the regular 1080p at 30 frames per second, which also works pretty well. So overall, I think the camera is a hit or a miss, depending on the environment you're in. I noticed that if the lighting is better, obviously you're going to get better shots, but then that's kind of the same with most cameras out there. The stabilization was a bit of a drawback, but I think this can be overcome in the future when we see more updates from OnePlus. Now, for those of you that like to have a little more control, OnePlus has included a Pro mode that allows you to go in and change the settings of your camera, such as ISO, white balance, shutter speed, and a bunch of other variables that you have control over. So this is actually really cool because you can take advantage of the camera, and for someone that likes a little bit more hands-on, this is perfect, and it works really well. It's very easy. As you can see with the menus, it takes sliding motions and it's very intuitive. So overall, I think they've done a great job with the application itself, and I think a lot more people will have a better understanding of their cameras and be able to get a lot more use out of the features they've included. Now, the phone does have some drawbacks, which include the 1080p screen, the no SD card slots, the 3300 mAh battery, no dust or waterproofing, and a protruding camera that causes the phone to be unbalanced without a case. But I feel like these are minor things because it has enough storage, so that rules out the SD card slot. The 1080p screen with 401 pixels per inch is more than perfect for most people's use, and you won't be able to tell the difference right away. You'll have to go really, really close to the screen to actually make the difference. And with the really powerful advanced GPU and processor, the 3300 mAh battery actually seems to work pretty well for it in the way that it's optimized. It lasts all day, no problem. So overall, I think using the phone for the last little while, I think it's definitely a super nice device that offers a near Android experience with a really fast and really responsive device. I think anyone who's in the market right now to upgrade their phone or switch to Android or possibly get something new and fresh, this is a great device to look at. Now, it's not really a budget smartphone, but in terms of the high-end phones, I guess you could consider it a budget high-end smartphone. It does have a lot of features that rival the best phones in the market right now, and if you do pick one of these up, I think you're gonna have a lot of fun. Alright guys, so that's basically it. If you like this video, make sure to subscribe to the channel. Also, I put a few links down below that may be useful for you, so check those out. And again, like I said, if you think this phone's something that you're going to be picking up in the next little while, let me know by leaving a comment down below. Thanks again for watching, and I'll see you next time. Peace.